Welcome to Christine's Faith Over Fear.
Hello, everyone. Happy, blessed Thursday. Glad you guys could be with me tonight. First of all, let me do my shout outs. First of all, to my LinkedIn family, my Instagram family, Facebook family, and my YouTube family. I thank you so much for your love and support. And if it was not for you guys, I would not be here. So I say thank you from my heart. And then last but not least, to my main producer, Mr. Jason Wilson. Thank you, sir, for all that you do. Thank you for making this possible. So, as you guys can see, there has been a few minor changes. So, I've changed the name to Christine's Faith Over Fear. Praise God. But other than that, nothing else has changed. It still does not change my reasoning behind this to give hope, to bless, and to inspire. So tonight, I want to first give a shout out to my sister Gloria Phillips and Elder Kay. Thank you so much for Elder McKay. Thank you so much for being here with us tonight. Thank you, ladies. I love both of you. Tonight, I wanted to talk about something that I think that needs to be talked about that we don't like to talk about, and that is peeling off the mask. Peeling off the mask. You know, I think in society we have this thing about us where we put on certain masks for certain people. But what happens when you have that mask on that you want to take off, but you're unable to? And I'm talking about the mask from on the inside of us. So tonight I want to appeal to my audience and whoever may be listening, not as the host of Christine's Faith Over Fear tonight, but just as Christine, because I want to make this personal, because I am in that number of having to deal with a mask from on the inside. And you know, a lot of times when we go through things, we don't know how to face them. A lot of times it is because of shame, or we are feeling helpless, we are feeling hopeless, and we just don't know how to reach out to others. And it can be hard either way, whether it's people that you are close to, it can be your spiritual family, it can be family, friends, whatever. It's hard to do because I'm the type of person who is like, number one, I don't want to know my business. And then number two, it's like I don't want people to look at me differently or to think of me differently because of what I may be going through. So for me, I'm going to use myself as an example. Um, it has been a rough couple of months for me. And, you know, I thought that I could handle things on my own. And someone used to say to me all the time, closed mouths don't get fed. And that is true. That is true. I believe a lot of times we need to get to that place of kindness and compassion, caring for one another, doing a check in on one another. And I'm not talking about every other month or something. I'm talking about consistently, being consistent about it, because see, we don't know what people are dealing with on the inside. And that torment to me on the inside is worse than what what you are able to show versus what you're not able to show, because you don't know how people are going to look at you. You don't know how people, whether or not people are going to accept you. So I was talking to a couple of ladies just the other day, who knows about my situation, and they were telling me that it is okay for me to take off the mask, that I don't always have to be that strong person that I try to present myself to be on my podcast, because I have a lot of people out there who really do care. So it's okay if I take that mask off, and for me to open up more, to let, more people in, just to love on me and to care about me. And that gave me food for thought, because, um, it's hard to do, because, like I said, you can't, for me, and I'm not going to say everyone, but for me, I can't tell everyone what I'm going through, because some people will use that against you. And see, that's my thought process, uh, going through what I'm going through now. So I'm very leery of the ones that I do speak to about what I am going through. But I am here to let everyone know tonight that it's okay to take those masks off. If you are going through a painful season, if you are going through a traumatic season, whatever the season may be, it is okay to take the mask off, because we are only human, and we have emotions and we have feelings. The only thing about our emotions and our feelings is sometimes they can get us into trouble, because with the emotions and the feelings, we say things that we do not mean to say, and we do things that we do not mean to do. So the question then remains, well, how do I handle it? For me, remember, I told you I thought I could handle this on my own. I went to my spiritual mentors, my two pastors, Pastor C and Pastor Nicole Williams. And then I was blessed to have other church family who have blessed me. Two ladies of our church have blessed me tremendously just this past week. And I receive everything that they poured into me from Sunday and last night, because it makes a difference, you guys. And I'm not trying to force God on anyone. This is just me talking about my personal experience. This is just Christine talking. not Christine's faith over fear, just Christine as a person and as a human being. See, I need to have that personal relationship with God. And I know that now because without Him, what I'm going through now, I would not be able to make it through it on a daily basis. And when I tell you that God's anointing is fresh and new daily, it is every single day. So whether you believe or you don't believe, that's up to you. I have no nickel in that dime, as they say, but I'm just telling you my perspective on it. You know, sometimes life can throw those punches, those unexpected punches, things that you are not nowhere near aware of, or that it blindsides you. And I have been blindsided. But even in the midst of it all, I'm here today to let you know that I am still standing. I am still standing. You know, every day is not a good day, and I'm not going to pretend that it is, because it is not. But at least I have God to walk me through it, who takes my hand when I'm here all alone in the home, and He walks me through it every step of the way. So for anyone out there that is in that season of something that you have never encountered a day of your life, hold on. I'm begging you, please hold on, because you are worth it. Your life matters. You are loved. You are wanted. You are needed. So hold on. Don't let go. Whatever you do, don't let go. You know, I choose to call on like-minded people. And I'm talking about people that are, because I'm a spiritual person, so I need my spiritual brothers and sisters with me. I need for them to stand in battle with me. And there are some things, unfortunately, that I think we have to do on our own, but we're really never alone, because God is always with us. Always with us. I guarantee you that. You know, we as a society have to get out of our own way of thinking, because it's not about us at the end of the day. It's all about Him. And God is the one who gets the glory, whether you believe it or not. God is the one who gets the glory. I just want to be an inspiration to others. I want you to understand, I don't care where you come from. I don't care what your background is. I don't care the color of your skin. That has nothing to do with it. I appeal to you to know that I am here, no matter what I'm going through. But sometimes I believe when we go through things, together, no matter what it is and how different it is from one another, the stronger that we are. Together we stand, divided we fall. And I believe that. I believe that. So we need to give one another more caring, more gentleness, more grace, more patience, more understanding, but most of all, more love. Just straight across the board, because who are we to judge another person's situation? Who are we to judge another person's background? We're not, because I'm no better than the next person. I don't try to be, and I don't proclaim to be. I am who I am. And I do not mind speaking about my life, about what I'm going through, even though now is not the time for all of the details, but I am still open. I'm still open because I do know that there's people out there who actually care. And so for the ones that actually care sincerely, I thank you. It's not easy. When you're able to open up to the public, because a lot of you I do not know, but some of you I do. But I think when you're able to open up and when people see the human side, not the makeup, not none of that. When they see the human side, I believe that's what separates us from a lot of other people. See, I'm not afraid to speak about the things that matter. I'm not afraid to speak about the things that challenge me because I don't know, I may be helping someone else out tonight that is going through something, that is dealing with something. So that's why I say it is okay. And we need to show the more human side of us. So for people to really get to know who we are. And that is who I am. That is who I believe God chose me to be. God is the one that picked this podcast, not me. God picked this podcast because he knew this is a part of my ministry. This is a part of who I am because I want my people to know me, not the name, but to know Christine, to know my story, and to understand me. There are topics that I will be talking about that are personal, but I'm able to share them because God has blessed me to get through them. So I'm able to open up and I'm able to share. And it's okay if you guys see me crying, it's okay. I'm a very passionate person and I love people, but I just want you to understand that you don't have to be shameful. You don't have to walk in shame. And it's okay to take the mask off. It's okay to let people know the real you. It's okay to let people know that you're hurting on the inside. That you're, as they say, fake it until I can make it. I've been doing that for the past 2 months until I could not fake it any longer. And I found myself at the altar of my church a couple of Sundays ago. And that was my breakthrough because God walked me to that altar. I actually had God's hand as I walked to that altar. It was then that God told me that it was okay. And it was time for me to let go, to take it from my shoulders and to put it on his shoulders. And I did. And he told me, he said, I don't want you to give me some of it. I want it all. Everything that you're carrying on the inside of you that is tearing you up from the inside out, I want it all today. None of it is to be on your shoulders when you leave this altar. And I made the right decision because I gave it all to him. And in that moment, I felt free the first time that I had in over 2 months. I felt like a new person because I tell you what, we're not meant or even equipped to carry the things that life deals out and dishes out to us. We're not built for it. But I know one person who is, and that is God. That's why it says the battle is his. It's not ours. It belongs to him. Because we can't fight those battles. We cannot. We can't fight those battles alone. But when we have God in our life and as a lifestyle and not just on Sundays, it makes a difference. It makes a difference. Because he needs to be a lifestyle. Not just on Sundays or when you're going through something or when you're having a bad day. Every day. Every day. I choose to make him my lifestyle. He is a part of my life each and every single day. We need to get to the place where we check on people more often. If it's nothing but a text or a quick phone call, something. If you have not heard from a person that you know that you usually hear from all the time consistently, and all of a sudden you hear nothing, it's just radio silent. I'm begging you, please don't ignore that. Don't make it out to something that you think it is. Because, see, you don't know until you reach out to that person. But please reach out. Even if it's someone that you haven't talked to in years and they're on your mind, reach out, because it's a reason. It's a reason that God has put that person on your mind. It is a reason, so you need to act on it, because you don't know how you could be saving a life. Literally saving a life. So it is very, very important that we get out of our own way. We can be our worst giant sometimes, but we need to just show more compassion, show more love. What is the harm in that? What is the harm in that? Me and my sister-in-law, it's like we have a pact where we send a good morning text to one another every morning. Every morning. It never fails. And then within the hour, we're on the phone with each other for sometimes over an hour. And sometimes we even have church over the phone. I'm telling you, I need that. I need people like her in my life. And for anyone else that reaches out to me with a good heart, with good intentions, I appreciate you. I'm telling you that publicly. I appreciate you. Because this thing called life is not easy. It's not easy. And we have to learn how to roll with the punches. But we can't do it alone. We can't do it alone. We need help. And for people to say, I don't need anybody, please stop saying that. Don't say that. Because we all need one another. Whether you want to admit to it or not, there's going to come a time when you're going to need someone. So don't say, I don't need anybody. Don't do that. Death and life is in the power of the tongue. Be careful of what you say. Be careful of how you treat one another. If you're going to be there for someone, be there for that person. Be all in. Don't be sometimey about it. Don't do that. Because like I said, you never know what a person is going through on the inside. And that's why it is so hard for many of us, and I say us, including me, to open up. Because some people make it hard where you just, where you just clam up and you just hold everything in. But that's not good. It's not good to hold it in. It's not. It's much better to let it out, to be able to reach out and speak to someone that you can be open and honest with. It's a blessing. It is indeed a blessing. I believe in my heart, and I know that things are going to get better. And I know that it's a process. Everything is a process. Nothing happens overnight. unless God allows it to happen overnight. Now, God can turn some things around, let me tell you, because God can do some suddenlies in your life that you will have an aha moment. Because I've done that. He's done that for me. So I'm not going to downplay that, at all. But give yourself a little grace. Stop being so hard on yourself. And I am just so thankful for the two ladies that I had spoken with the other day. Um, One I have known for a while, the other one I have not known that long. But I tell you what, I believe that I found a true friend in her, someone that I believe that I can pour into, that and I feel comfortable. I felt absolutely comfortable speaking with her the other day. So, there's a lot of good people out there, you guys. There's a lot of people out there who really do care from the heart. And you'll know the ones that care. You will be able to hear it, and you'll be able to see it, and you will be able to feel it. You know when it comes from the heart versus when it comes from a person that's just all mouth and all talk, because there is a difference. But don't cut yourself short. Don't cut yourself short. Don't do that. We should all be fighters, and we should all be winners. And we can be if we do it the right way. The way that we choose to take on this thing called life. It makes a difference. And giving up and giving in, for me, it's not an option. It is not an option. I just want to be, and I pray that I'm being the type of person to you all that you can respect and that you can trust. Because I know what it feels like. But once again, I want to reiterate that it's okay. It is okay. I am here. If you need a word of prayer, I am here. If you just need a friend, I am here. If you just need a kind word, I am here. Or if you just need someone to talk to, I am here. And you know how to reach me. And it's okay. And don't think just because I'm going through something that you can't reach out to me, because you can. I would never turn anyone away, no matter what I'm going through, because I believe that it would help me. It would help the both of us, male or female. And I'm coming to you at a good place in my heart. I'm not coming to no one looking for anything, but just trying to give hope, inspire, and to bless. That's our motto at Christine's Faith Over Fears podcast. That's our motto, and it has been from the beginning, and it will continue to be. because there are others out there, whether they want to admit to it or not, who's looking for help, who's crying out for help. So let's challenge ourselves to be that one, to answer that call. Don't ignore that phone call. Don't ignore that text, because you never know. Because then you could get that call or that text that that person has passed away, and you never gave it a second thought to return their call or to text them back. Don't be that person, I beg of you. Don't be that person. There's too many suicides happening, young and old, because somebody didn't stop to take the time to answer that phone or to answer that text. There are warning signs, and I believe that if you know that person, then you know what that warning sign is when you know that person. So please stop ignoring those calls and those texts, because you might be the only one in that very instant that could save that person's life. It's very, very important that we stop looking away. As a society, we must stop looking away. You know, several weeks ago, dealing with what I'm dealing with, I was on my way home from my daughter's house. And I want to share this with you guys. I had to get on the highway to come back home, and the enemy was speaking to me. And just like I'm speaking to you guys, he told me, he said, "You're not loved, you're not wanted, and you're not needed anymore. Look at you. Where is your God now? So why don't you do everyone a favor and run your vehicle as hard as you can into that oncoming traffic?" For a split second, he had me. For a split second. But then I heard this gentle whisper, and God said, "You shall live and not die." And when I got home, I tried reaching out to a fellow sister, and she was not available. And so I reached out to another sister, and she prayed with me and she prayed over me. So I'm thankful, because I just kept going down the line on my phone, reaching those that I knew that would answer. And I was determined, because I needed to speak to someone. I needed a like-minded spiritual person to pray with me and to pray over me. This is a spiritual thing, you guys. But I'm thankful that I know the difference between the enemy's voice and God's gentle whisper. Saved me that day. And he's as the enemy said that to me, I could see my daughter. And I tried to imagine my daughter without me. I said, there is no way. That would be so selfish of me to do this to my baby girl, my only child. So please answer those calls, respond to those texts. Don't make it hard because it doesn't have to be. Love one another, respect one another, be kind to one another. And I believe that forgiveness is a very important key. But we must learn, first of all, to forgive ourselves. That has been hard for me the past 2 months. Have I completely gotten there? I haven't, but I'm working on it. I'm working on it. And I believe it's just a part of me wanting to hold myself accountable. But I know that God has already forgiven me, that I know. Now I'm just fighting with forgiving myself. But it is a process. Indeed, it is a process. So I ask for your blessings and I ask for your prayers. And we are going to go to a commercial break and I will be back with the close. Thank you.
God can heal, deliver, restore, and renew. When you take God out of it, you leave the door wide open for the enemy to come in. Mustard Seed Faith to Unshakable Faith and No God, No Peace by author Christine Bailey are available now on Amazon.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm back. I thank you guys so much for joining me tonight. It has truly been a blessing. And for all of the things that you guys have put in the chat, I'll be responding to you after the show tonight. And I thank you all uh, just for being here because you didn't have to be, but you chose to. And so that means a lot. That means a lot. You know, Isaiah 28:16 says, whoever believes in him will not be put to shame. We must learn how to identify and reject all negative thoughts the devil has planted in our minds, and that is changing our mindset. You're never too young, and it's never too late, and you're never too old. we must put on the full armor of God so that we will be able to defeat all of our enemies. Um, Before I go tonight, I would like to say that I was blessed today with some assistance for debt relief for student loans through a company, uh, SOS, I believe, if I'm saying it correctly. Sharon, help me out. Is it SOS, Sharon? Um, this company has just taken a big financial burden off of my shoulders. And if there is anyone that has a debt, a student loan debt, more than at least $30,000 or more, you can reach out to SOS, and I believe that is Student Optimum Services. They will and they can help. So please reach out to them if you have any student loan debts that you are wanting to get rid of, $30,000 or more. Well, you guys, I thank you for listening. Stay encouraged, keep walking in faith, and until next Thursday, you guys have a blessed and safe weekend. Love you. Bye-bye.
Thanks for watching Christine's Faith Over Fear. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. See you next week.